Because of why I search the deep through endless nights, no time to sleep. The call inside I can't deny. I'll find the light because of why.
Hey everyone! Have you ever been scrolling for flights and seen a deal to a gorgeous Caribbean island like Puerto Rico that just looks way too cheap to be real? Well, guess what? It's not a mistake. Today, we're going to unpack that travel mystery and show you exactly why those amazing fares are legit.
You know the feeling, right? You're hunting for a vacation deal, and bam! A round trip to paradise pops up for a price that makes you do a double take. It happens all the time with Puerto Rico. So what's the secret sauce? How is this possible?
All right, so here's our game plan. We're going to break it down into 3 key reasons. First, we'll talk about the short hop. It's all about distance. Then we'll get into the domestic loophole, which is a huge money saver. And finally, we'll look at the budget airline battle, where competition is your best friend.
Okay, first up, the most simple and straightforward reason of them all, pure geography. For a huge part of the United States, Puerto Rico is just not that far away. It's a surprisingly quick trip.
Just to give you some real perspective, NerdWallet points out this great example. Flying from New York City to San Juan, Puerto Rico, that's about 4 hours in the air. Now compare that to another amazing U.S. tropical spot, Hawaii. A flight from New York to Honolulu is a whopping 11 hours. That massive difference in flight time is the first big clue to a cheaper ticket.
And it's really that simple. Less time in the air means lower costs for the airline. We're talking less fuel burned, fewer paid hours for the flight crew, and the plane can turn around and make more flights in a single day. All of those savings? They get passed right on to you.
But, distance isn't the whole story. Not even close. This next reason is the real kicker. It's this kind of domestic loophole that has a huge impact on the final price you pay.
So what does this actually mean for your wallet? Well, it means your flight is treated as a domestic flight. This is huge because you get to completely sidestep all those hefty international taxes, tariffs, and fees that get slapped onto flights to almost every other island in the Caribbean.
So here's the breakdown of how that works. First, as NerdWallet mentions, Puerto Rico is a U.S. territory. So if you're an American traveler, you don't even need a passport. But the real secret is on the financial side. It's also part of the U.S. Airlines settlement system, called ARC. Just think of it like this. For an airline, booking and processing a flight to San Juan is just as easy and cheap as booking a flight to, say, Miami. No international headaches, no extra costs. Okay, so we've got a short flight, and it's treated like a domestic one. The final ingredient in our recipe for cheap flights is a good old-fashioned price war. This is where more competition means more savings for you.
And hey, this isn't just a hunch. It's a proven economic principle. Actual research published in the Journal of Applied Economics found that as soon as low-cost airlines like Spirit or Frontier enter a route, it forces all the other airlines, even the big ones, to drop their prices to stay competitive.
And the effect isn't small. That same study found that just having a budget airline flying the same route can slash the average ticket price by a massive 16%. That is a serious discount.
And Puerto Rico is an incredibly popular destination. So you've got the legacy carriers, you've got the budget airlines, all of them are fighting for a piece of the pie. That intense competition basically creates a buyer's market, meaning they have to keep prices low to get you on their plane.
All right, let's put all the pieces together and talk about what this means for you, the traveler, planning your next getaway. So the next time you spot one of those amazing deals to San Juan, you'll know exactly what's going on. It's not a glitch. It's this perfect storm of 3 factors: a short and efficient flight path, the huge cost-saving advantage of being a domestic flight, and a super competitive market where airlines are fighting to give you the lowest price.
Pretty cool, right? Knowing the hidden logic behind why things cost what they do is super empowering. And it got us wondering, what other travel pricing mysteries should we dig into next? Drop a comment below and let us know what you're curious about.
Hey, thanks so much for hanging out with me. If this helped you crack the code on those cheap flights to Puerto Rico, do me a favor and hit that like button, share this with a friend you want to travel with, and definitely subscribe for more deep dives like this one. See you next time.